What are your views on if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing? I'm a reasonable man, and I'm willing to pay reasonable prices for goods and services. But when all of a sudden the goods and services are parsed out to 15 different streaming platforms all expecting full price, and the good when purchased can be lost at the drop of a licensing agreement, well, frankly, I don't find that to be very reasonable. And since you're the companies want to try and fuck me for all my hard-earned money, I'll just go ahead and fuck you right back. As much as I don't like the fact someone could buy something digital and then it be taken away, I don't feel the comparison sits very well. On streaming sites, you're never convinced that you own anything at all. It's streaming, when available, while available. And when it's gone, it's gone. The cases of buying a digital product and then not being able to use it are extremely rare. Who'd buy a digital movie? I just can't imagine doing so. They're not even cheaper than physical. As much as I don't like the fact someone could buy something digital and then it be taken away, I don't feel the comparison sits very well. On streaming sites, you're never convinced that you own anything at all. It's streaming, when available, while available. And when it's gone, it's gone. The cases of buying a digital product and then not being able to use it are extremely rare. Who'd buy a digital movie? I just can't imagine doing so. They're not even cheaper than physical. I used to pirate a lot of games, music and films, but then I ended up just stopping as the good torrent sites kept getting shut down, mixed with the fact that I really couldn't be asked to keep downloading everything. Having access to all of the games, music and films you could ever want, makes you realize how many shit games, music and films there are out there. It totally depends upon what the owner of the specific piece of content wishes to offer. Just because Adobe Photoshop is leased doesn't mean I can't buy popular movie Men in Black on DVD and own a hard copy. I can tell you I would more happily choose to pirate one of those than the other one, if I ever needed to edit a photo. I agree. If I like an art form then I'll buy it, but then I'm absolutely stealing a real copy. I've lost music through services via contract and lost access to movies the same way. Honestly, even renting is absurd now. They want a lot of money for shit and you're the one handling the delivery of the product. Makes sense, piracy, digital piracy that is, not on the high seas, isn't stealing anyways, as the original still exists. If TV and movie folks want to cut down on piracy, then need to do what Steam does and try to be better than the pirates and therefore a more attractive option even with the additional cost. Be honest with yourself about the crimes you are committing. If it normally requires payment and you don't pay, it's stealing. Hard stop. It's up to each of us to decide whether we are okay with stealing, in specific circumstances if need be. But at least don't lie to yourself about it. I remember when I could buy a tape or video and watch it back to back for an entire year if I wanted to. Same with games. I could buy one and play it without having to pay again to get further through the game. I can't think of the amount of stuff I bought and no longer have access to. I mean, from a purely semantic point of view. You can buy access to a train ticket. That grants you use of the train, not ownership of it. You can steal access to content the same way. However, the entertainment industries deserve it. I don't care. I'm typically going to buy something because it's often the path of least resistance and I'm not interested in making things more difficult on myself. If I can't buy it easily then I just won't have it and I'm okay with that. It is never morally wrong to steal a copy of something from a multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate. Especially if you are genuinely in poverty. Think of it as them paying a bit extra in taxes to the people. Example, when they won't even sell you software to own, but make you pay for a monthly subscription to use it. I have no problem with people pirating copies. There are many other analogous situations. It is annoying, some of the kids' Switch games are physical, just like always they can each use it or lend it to a friend. So many are now a download though, pisses me off. Bring back physical media. If you wanted me to pay, you'd offer a price I have no problem paying and make the transaction itself convenient. If those things are missing, then you clearly don't need my money. I was against pirating but fuck the company's recent greed. If I paid for it, I should be able to forever use it. I paid for the product, not a damn license agreement. My view is that I don't see why pirating would be stealing at all. Piracy isn't going to mentally prepare me for anything. Piracy is not stealing either way. It's legal. You might consider it immoral but it's not and never has been stealing. Fuck mega corporations, they should all be destroyed and if I can avoid it I won't pay a single penny to them. I pirate One Piece and so does everyone else and it's still one of the highest earning pieces of fiction. What did you buy if you don't own it? Turning media into an NFT doesn't make it an NFT.